right, y'all, CAC 2020, it's day 4, workout number 4 of strength training. It's a spicy one today,
yes,
so
it is.
Hope you've been warming up, enjoying them. We're gonna get after it today.
Here we are, day 4 warm-up, and we're going to do for 5 minutes. Set your clock for 5 minutes. It's an EMOM, which means every minute on the minute. So at the top of the minute, you will grab a dumbbell, hold it in a goblet position, and do your curtsy squat or lunge, whatever you would like to call it. We've done these before earlier in the week. So we're going to do 5 on each side. And then we're going to go right into a overhead strict press, single, 5 on each side.
Again, remember posture, none of this. Hips tucked in, ribs down, shoulders back. Right
yep.
Up.
All right.
5 on each side.
5 on each side.
Take a break.
Yep, and then for a minute. And then I'm going to suggest too, perhaps for the curtsy squats, to do 5 on the same side and then do 5 on the other side. So there's an option. You could alternate or stay on the same side. You'd reset each time and go back. So we'd do 5 on that side and then go 5 to the other side. Yep. And then go into your 5 strict presses on each side. So you will go for 5 minutes, and 5 minutes. So basically you're going to get 5 rounds of that. There's your warm-up. So now we're going to do a body weight pump workout. This is going to be great. It's all body weight, so we'll all be able to do this. And basically you're going to be doing every 2 minutes, 4 exercises for 30 seconds each. You'll round through that 4 times. It'll be a total of 8 minutes, but you really just keep track of your 2 minutes and then you'll be good. So we're going to start with a 30-second side plank on the elbow. So Tom's got his feet stacked like that. His arm can be down to his side. It could be up if you really, however you want to. So 30 seconds, abs drawn in, keep a straight line.
Balance is a little tricky stacking your feet. You can put one in front of the other to just hold a little bit more balance. Big thing is to try to stay straight line all the way through here, not sagging, not turning or twisting, just hold it nice and tight.
And you actually, to modify, you could put a knee down too in a plank. And I want to see if you want to show that.
So knee down?
Knee down, yep, and then you plank up. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's a little weird, but yeah.
30 seconds on the left.
Yep.
30 seconds on the right.
Yep. And then you're going to get up into a squat hold. This is a little spicy too. So you're going to get a good width in your feet, and you're going to come down and basically hold it, whatever you can hold comfortably. All right. So Tom, any tips on this one?
Well, my ankle mobility isn't great, so this is a little bit tough for me, but the big thing is my knees tend to cave in on this, so I have to work really hard to keep my knees pressed out. I'm trying to prevent my toes from, starfishing, but I usually have my toes just a little bit outside of my heels, and I try to keep the knees pressed out as much as I can so that I'm not caving in here. That helps. And then the other thing is to just keep the back flat, so you're not getting down here.
Oh, keep your chest up. Yep, right there. And you can keep your hands in or out, however you keep your good balance for 30 seconds. Okay, that's a little tricky. The next one's going to be a regular plank, so you can just, for variety, you can go up on your hands or down on your elbows, but 30 seconds. And so
make sure you're not popping the booty. Stay nice and tucked in, but also don't want to be snaking and dipping down. You want to stay nice and flat all the way through. Squeeze the glutes so that you're not popping out. It's nice and squeezed. We're right here.
If you're in this, if you're both ways, I want you stacked over your elbows or your hands directly underneath your shoulders.
You're stacked, you're not out in front or anything like that.
Or out and back, yep. So we're going to round through that 4 times, and that is your body weight pump for today.
30 seconds to hold each one. It's a quick interval, so push yourself to hold the whole 30 seconds, but then jump right into the next movement. This will be 8 minutes. It'll be tough, but you got it.
Now we're heading into day 4's full body sweat workout. This one is a 20-minute, as many rounds as possible. And this one's going to be hard, so you might need to rest as you need to throughout it.
Find your rest throughout. Get a pace the goal is to find a pace that you can sustain for all 20 minutes. So if you jump out and guns a-blazing and finish your first round in like 1 minute and 40 seconds, good luck at the end of this workout. So find a pace that works. Maybe finish one of these exercises, take a deep breath or 2 deep breaths, and then get right back to it so you can try to stay consistent the whole way through.
We've got 6 exercises, 20 reps each. You're going to find a place to step up on, and you're going to step up for 20 reps. So up with the right, step back down, up with the left. Yep. Yep, that's how I like to do it, alternating. So 20 reps there. Then we have an option for this next one. It's called a sit-through. Basically, you're going to get in a bear crawl position. So hands and knees, but knees off the ground, flat back, and you're going to take your left foot underneath you and sit down. Boom.
So all your weight will be on your left hand and your right foot coming through here.
Yep, and then you're going to alternate. So
coordination test.
Yep. And so I would love for you to practice this before you actually do it in the workout, because you might want to go with plan B if this is not happening. Plan B would be sit-ups. So we're going to do the butterfly. Yep. We're going to have your feet butterflied. Yep. Touching through. So sit-ups. Okay. Pay attention to your low back on that one. If you need to put something underneath, I would maybe suggest a towel in your where your low back is, but pay attention to that one as well.
The other thing I'd say, this is true for all of them, but especially for these kind of movements, we're trying to get through as many reps and rounds as we can. So you're trying to move, but don't sacrifice your form to get as many reps as you can. So if it's the sit-throughs, take your time so that they feel good. Don't do this weird loosey-goosey crap and be like, I got through 20 rounds. That's nonsense. That doesn't help you get stronger in the long haul. So slow down, do the movement well, and get as many good reps as you can in these 20 minutes.
Yes, that we want to avoid injury at all costs. Okay, the next thing is everybody's favorite, burpees. So we are going to do 20 burpees, and they look like this. Down, feet flat, coming up, and jumping at the top. Yep, Tom is a champ at burpees. He loves them.
So,
all right.
A couple things, right? The burpee includes a push-up tight movement at the bottom, but if you get here and you do a whole push-up every single time, that's gonna get tough for 20. So what I tend to do, practice this in slow motion a little bit at first, okay? So my feet are a little wider at the bottom, and again, shoulders are pinned back, you're not doing the rolled under thing. And I go up like this, and then I snap my hips up into the air, and that brings my feet up. So I go up, snap, and then you stand up, right?
Okay.
So again, get to the bottom and just kind of flop to the bottom. You know, just get down there. Don't have to do the full push-up. Just get down, shoulders pin back, feet right here. Go up like this, pop. When you're doing 20 burpees at a time, and this is a 20-minute workout, you want some ways to do these efficiently.
I would also add, if the feet aren't jumping out and back, you can also step like we did with the up-downs.
Burpees get my heart rate going. 20 of them is a big set for me, especially in a workout like this. So when I start getting tired, sometimes it's step back. That just helps me
come down, just slow it down. Yep, and it will help control your heart rate.
A little trick as well. If you're really getting tired, I would advise get to the top and then jump right back to the bottom. Because if you get to the top and you're like, okay, I just need a break, you're gonna take like a 5-second break every time. So what I've done to help me is I'll get to the bottom, and down here, I take a deep breath, and then I go. I get to the top, and I go right back into one. Deep breath, and then keep going.
Yep.
So at the top, try to keep moving as best you can, but you'll see how you feel as you go through this workout.
Yes, so the next movement are air squats. Feet are gonna be a little more than hip width apart. We've done some air squats, yep. This may be your rest, so Tom's going fast, but you might do them very controlled and slowly, trying to catch your breath after those burpees.
Now, whether you go slow or fast, it should look the same. So even if you're dropping down, it shouldn't be flop, you know, none of that crap. All right, so flat back, shoulders pinned back, down and up. So nice and slow, controls the movement. If you can keep it controlled and move quickly, do it. But don't get sloppy.
And I'm going to encourage the hips to come all the way through at the top of the movement each time with your squats.
Yeah, none of this like, oh, it's a squat. No,
no, all the way through. Yep, nice and controlled. All right, next one is everybody's favorite, shoulder taps. You're going to go down into a high plank.
Is each single one?
I'm going to say count 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would be plenty. So I promise that will be plenty.
I think it was yesterday that we had
the up downs.
The up downs, and I encourage you to keep the hips neutral. Same thing on this one. The tendency is going to be to want to turn with the balance. So if your right hand comes up, push this right hip down to keep your hips neutral. So all your weight would go into the opposite leg and you're pushing everything down.
And another reminder is those feet can be wide, and that helps you with
forget that.
balance.
So feet can be wider. Again, don't want the butt popping up. Keep everything nice and tucked in.
Neutral. Yep. And then the last movement for this is jumping jacks, 20 jumping jacks. So this one too, you're gonna be tired, so keep everything controlled, none of the flopping, because you can just get hurt doing that.
Again, tendency to try to get as many as you can is to cheat on this one. You start doing these numbers, little T-Rex arm jumping jacks. Don't do that. That's not cool. Doesn't look good. So, full arms, clap at the top, clap behind you.
Ooh, clap behind. All right.
It guarantees that you do the full range of motion.
I like it.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for good movement.
So when you get done with those jumping jacks, you get to go all the way back up to the step-ups for 20. So we're rounding through 20 minutes. So this will, you'll get a few rounds here. This one's a toughie. You will sweat.
Spicy.
It's a spicy one.
So,
all right.
Find a pace that you can contain the whole way through. Good movement the whole way through. Give it your best, y'all. You got this. Let us know how it goes or if you have any questions.